It is the Riot podcast, and it is a special day today because it's International Podcast Day.
Yay! Thank you guys for being a part of our Riot podcast. Some of you maybe are newer, but others have been with us for a very long time. So there's no incentives for today, but we want to thank you, really, really thank you for listening to our podcast.
Yeah, so maybe in honor of International Podcast Day, leave a really nice review. And I would say...
That's selfish.
I was about to say, it's International Podcast Day, so why don't you guys do something for us?
What better way to say it's a day for you to celebrate that we have a podcast for you to listen to.
No, it's a day for us to celebrate all of our podcast listeners.
So you guys can have the episode for free today.
I was thinking, I was going to say we can't do it without you as the listener, but we can. We're already doing the show anyways. It costs us nothing to post this.
It does.
We are already doing the show.
Do you know the streaming increase that we have? That it does cost us.
Hey, I had to put it together every day. So listen here.
It
costs you guys me here.
That's true.
Not in maybe even money, but just our health.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for putting it on. Okay, good. Thank everybody. Well, what's in this special podcast today?
So today we talk about a certain female who is famous who eats salt on toast. Is that what it was?
Just salt.
Yep. Salt on toast.
Salt on toast.
Butter,
that's her.
No butter, no nothing.
That's her comfort food.
Yeah, that's
Comfort
when
food?
she
That's
wants
the
to
forbidden food.
when she wants to get crazy.
She wants to get bad.
Yeah, when
That's what
she's
she
like,
does.
I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind. Forget about my diet. I just need to do something that feels good. Salt on whole grain toast.
It's even the whole grain toast.
Yeah.
I know, whole grain. I hate whole grain.
You know that's the bread that has the seeds in it.
You've never had it.
I've had whole grain
yeah,
because I went to my grandmother's house, and that's all she had to offer. So I ate it.
One of the worst things that ever happened to me was I was at a friend's house, and his mom was like, who wants grilled cheese? And of course you want grilled cheese.
Sheesh.
Make the grilled cheese, and it's toasted up. You couldn't even tell. You bite in, and then you realize it was whole grain. That was the worst.
Is that one of the worst things that's ever happened to you?
I've lived a charmed life.
I've never been down so bad.
You guys.
Yeah.
So we talk about that. We also talk about how Dollar Tree is raising their prices from $1, which was made some people upset.
Yeah.
It's a nicer
but
tree
not
now.
Isaiah.
No.
Isaiah is surprisingly fine with it, but other people, including me, will not have it.
Well, he's fine with it because he's not going.
Yeah, I know, which is
They
surprising.
can do whatever they want inside there. The only thing I will get at Dollar Tree is if I need candy, then I will go get candy.
But what if the candy's now $1.50 instead of $1?
And then I'll be upset. If the candy goes from $1 to $1.50, I will be upset because it's so nice to be able to get 6 bags of candy and for it to be $6.
I can't tell you how many times I've been to the Dollar Tree and you'll see the person in line in front of you, because I don't usually do this, but the person in front of me will have the movie style candy, and you can tell it's they're having movie night.
Oh yeah.
And the cashier will ask them about it. You can totally tell. That's if it wasn't for movie night, Dollar Tree might not be in business.
But there's some details on the increase and why.
Yeah, we talked about that, and then we wrapped up the show by talking about Fat Bear Week.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't even sound like a real thing.
It is.
It doesn't even sound real.
You get
Fat Bear Week?
Yeah, you get to judge. They have these bears. They're real bears. And you get to decide which one's the fattest. You get to see what they were summer weight. And now that they're gaining weight for the winter, you get to see which one do you think you vote bracket style on who's the fattest.
I think we should have, what if we have Skinny Human Week?
Skinny Human Week.
Where we see who has made the best
so
transformation.
You think I'm skinny?
Yeah, right. You see who's made the best I guess that's just the Biggest Loser, isn't it?
Yeah. We already have it. We already have it.
And we don't want to touch that. So bears, it's okay to talk about their weight. That's it.
Yeah, they don't have feelings, so it's fine.
They eat their feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they get to sleep through all of the judgment.
Oh my gosh, actually, when you think about it, they live a charmed life.
They do.
Isn't it so nice?
They sleep. Just any animal, they get to just sleep a lot. I think that every day about my dog. I'm like, you know what's so nice? When I leave here, you just lay here all day. I'm like, we could switch for a day. It'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the podcast again, International Podcast Day. Thank you guys for listening. Say hi, 877 to RadioU or RadioU Riot on Facebook. You can always message us there. But thank you for listening.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
The Riot Podcast. Radio U.
Now, this might be it. This might be the story that convinces just one more person to get vaccinated against COVID-19 because there's a new potential related syndrome you could wind up getting if you get COVID-19.
Okay. So wait. So if you get the vaccine or if you get COVID?
If you actually get the disease.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Restless.
Okay. All leg syndrome?
No. Worse.
No.
Anal syndrome.
Not comfortable with any of that. No, not comfortable with any of that. All right. Well, we'll just check that off. That you said enough. I don't need to hear any more.
Yep. All right.
Thank you. Done.
What? It's a 77-year-old man.
Oh, I don't even want to know what that is.
And what's sad is he got COVID-19, but it wasn't even a bad case of it. You know, like for 77 years old, I don't think he was vaccinated, and then he gets the virus. It wasn't a bad case.
Sure. Oh, but then he had a long-term thing after.
Yes, a related issue they think was set off by getting COVID-19 is the first ever case ever of restless. You want me to say something else?
We already heard it one time. We're like, what is it? I just tuned in. Don't need to hear it. La 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 la.
It says that it's similar to restless leg syndrome, where he had an essential urge to move caused by deep discomfort in his
got it. Yep. Okay. Thank you so much. Man, that would be, talk about, you just got through a fight. Yeah. And you came out and you were like, great, you survived that. Yeah. But then you have
this. You thought the worst was behind you. And it turns out the worst was in your behind.
Don't even say that. I don't even want to know these things. Then you think about, I don't want to think about this.
You start to think, do I have it?
No.
Is that why I have to get up and stretch every so often? I have the essential urge to move?
I don't want to hear any more about it. His family and him have no history of like restless leg syndrome because they do say this is kind of a, I don't know, next part to that
related.
or something.
It's just related. Further up the body for some reason.
Wow, that is bad.
You know what makes it worse is that he could, how he could treat the situation. No. What would make it better?
What would make it better?
Exercise.
Oh, is that? There it is. That's the topper right there. That's the icing on the cake.
Your butt hurts, and the only way to help
they tell you
is by exercising.
Or they would tell you to get more sleep.
Yeah.
One of the two things.
I would appreciate if that's what they told me, to get more sleep.
Wow.
Then I'd be like, sorry, I guess I wouldn't want to tell anyone. I have a condition. I cannot reveal what it is.
I have heard of restless leg syndrome. Like it seems like it's awful if you have it. So I know we're teasing, but like even if you have the other
leg
one,
version,
the bottom version, like it must not be good.
No, but we hardly even know. We're just scraping the surface because this is the first person to ever have it. So if you don't want to become the second,
I don't want to. Guess what? I'm going to close out, and we're never talking.
You're not thinking about this again.
Never. No. I'm going to get up. I'm going to leave the room for a moment. And I'm going to go get some water.
You know what we need to do? We need to have a race for the cure for this.
Nope.
We need to have a fun run or a walk.
No.
Walk against restless anal syndrome.
Listen, Lecrae's all ready to go. It's his new song, "Hold Up, Wait."
All right. I'm sorry, Lecrae, that.
Hudson, sorry.
That this is what is lining up against what your song is.
All right.
It's great. It's
everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's already almost the holidays.
We're getting ready.
If you want to think about that. In fact, Canadian Thanksgiving is only a couple weeks away. So what better way to celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving than with a Cajun turkey from Popeyes?
It always threw us off for our Canadian bands who would be like, yeah, we're celebrating. We can't do anything right now. And you're like, what do you mean? It's not Thanksgiving yet, but it is the Canadian Thanksgiving. But I don't think Popeyes is doing this in Canada. This is here.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't even be in time for Canadian Thanksgiving because that's coming up sooner than you think. October 11th. It's the same day as Columbus Day. But in the U.S., Popeyes will be bringing back their Cajun turkey that you can have for the holidays. And that begins on October 18th, I believe. I saw that somewhere.
It's a pre-cooked frozen turkey, and you get the meal. So if you're like, but Mom won't make Thanksgiving, and they're not doing that, and they haven't invited you home, or they're not paying for your way home, then you can maybe get this giant turkey from Popeyes.
Yeah, and okay, so pre-orders start October 18th, so that means you're planning ahead just for only Thanksgiving.
Dude, you got to
For some reason, I thought you could like get it frozen and then you could bring it home and
no.
Starting October 18th and just have it whenever you want.
Nope, that's pre-ordering it. You call or you go to your local Popeyes, and you got to go in person to go inside and order it.
Can't we DoorDash the turkey for an extra $20?
So. And let's see. I think you just pick it up then right before Thanksgiving, because you'll have to cook some of it. I mean, it is frozen at that point.
I would love to do this. I just found out we are hosting Thanksgiving.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, but I know that
they'll want a Hudson made turkey.
I don't think they care who makes it. I just know that a Cajun turkey is going to be too spicy for like half of the attendees. So not everybody is as adventurous. And
can you deep fry it?
I'm sure you could. I don't know. You know what? If it's frozen, you probably don't want to. You got to really thaw it out.
Can you, for whatever you make for Thanksgiving, can you deep fry a turkey?
If I had a deep fryer, like one that was big enough.
I just want to try one. And every time we made one here, I was a vegan during that time. And I was like, no, I can't. And now I really want to try one.
Well, why can't Eric do it?
Well,
give him a project.
I don't want to buy the stuff. Like, I just wanted to piggyback off of someone else's deep fried turkey.
Yeah, but think about if you get, I know Eric's birthday passed, right?
Yeah.
So you couldn't get him a deep fryer for his birthday.
He got a Blackstone.
Yeah, so that's not
like
quite.
He's fine.
Yeah,
and I didn't see the Blackstone side like deep fryer turkey thing.
Yeah, that would be good if they
if they made that.
So, but if you could just get it as a just because gift. It's like, hey, I was just thinking I saw this and it made me think of you.
Sometimes Eric's super, not aggressive's the wrong term, but like he's really great at that sort of stuff. But he also likes to bother me sometimes, like just to show like he's still in control, but he likes to just make it a thing.
Yeah.
And I think deep frying a turkey, I'll be super nervous.
It would be stressful for you around the house.
It would be too stressful around the house. Like if he's outside, and I think he'd probably try to do a controlled fire, like just to make me nervous. So I don't know if I want to do that.
He wouldn't necessarily abide by all the precautions.
Correct. He'd be like, no, I'm fine. I got it.
I don't need to use the hose provided. I've got a different setup here.
That's exactly what we'd go to like Harbor Freight and get something to like mod it out. But I was just wanting to try a deep fried turkey. But for this, Popeyes has their Cajun style turkey. If there's nothing else you can do for Thanksgiving.
It really sounds great. I wish it was a possibility for me in my situation. I guess I could just get 2 turkeys.
This is The Riot. RadioU.
Every so often I come across a story that I just know Nikki needs to see. And this is one of them.
What's
Have
this
you clicked on the link?
Let's see about the tea bags.
Yeah, the tea bags.
Okay, I'm clicking now.
Take a look at that picture.
Oh, what is that? Oh, is that a person who hoards tea bags? And it
doesn't look like tea bags is their only problem, but it is their main problem.
Oh, so if you make tea, there's the tea bag.
Yeah.
You're supposed to throw it away. This person
maybe there's like ways you could save it for something.
Oh, no.
But not like this.
This person, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them just piled up because they don't throw them away.
They're stacked on their oven.
Oh, they're on the floor, too.
I would think is where the oven you would need to boil the water to make the tea. Oh, maybe I see a little
microwave.
Or one of the electric kettles.
A kettle, yeah.
Yeah. Either way, on the oven, and you'll have the cupboards, the cabinets above, but there's like the cutout so that it could have a little more space above the oven.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be something over the oven.
No.
Like for a fire hazard.
No, yeah, right. So it goes, there should be a hood. So it goes all the way from the oven all the way up as high as it can go.
That is so
Stacked
bad.
Just tea bags on used tea bags all on top of each other. And of course, they're spilling out onto the floor as well. And there's all kinds of other garbage. Apparently, this is a picture from Scotland where a guy says Yeah. It's a thing for this person, that's for sure.
Well, I know someone went in who was doing maintenance there and took a picture of it. That is sad. I watch a lot of hoarders.
Yeah.
Fascinated when you see like that stuff because you always see what triggers it and then just something goes wrong and they have a thing. And the thing is what always just gets super bad. This is the person's thing.
Do you think in this house you can still actually walk? So it's not quite.
Well, you're only seeing this one picture. You don't know what the rest of the house looks like.
I guess they had to be able to walk to get into the maintenance.
Gosh.
So maybe this is the person cleaned up so that the maintenance man could get in.
That's the word. It's not even as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. They
says,
tidied up. They got it in order, in ship shape in their eyes.
That's bad. Julia says, used tea bags have many uses, like putting them on your eyes will reduce puffiness. Plant food, they're not meant for hoarding. If you saw the picture, Julia, it's beyond what you would even imagine.
Yeah, you even if you use 2 for each eye per day. It would take you a long time to get through all of these.
This is just someone who does not want to throw them away. They feel like they cannot throw them away.
Yeah. So what do you think about this? If this is not a full on hoarders TV show moment, like if this is what the house normally looks like, it's not quite there. So is that in a way worse? To where they're only hoarding one thing and they're just dirty?
No, this is bad. This would count.
You think?
This would absolutely count because the smell must be bad. Like it goes the tea spills all down the oven. So like there's stains everywhere.
That'll stain.
And again, we're not seeing pictures of the rest of the house. I bet you if there's one problem, there's more problems.
Yeah, I don't even want to know.
That makes me want to clean up. That's what always happens. I want to go through things. Let's throw some stuff out.
It makes me want to go make some tea, and I don't even drink tea, but I just want to, I want a tea bag now.
Oh my gosh, you go through the rush. You're just going to leave it on there?
Yep. Just to see what it feels like.
I know, just to see like, why is this person like this? And then we have to go and help you out because it becomes your problem.
Slowly and surely, the RadioU oven, it stacks up with tea bags. And there's an email that gets sent out because they don't want to call me out specifically.
Just in case to everybody.
Maybe.
I just want to be there in the beginning when the family says, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah, the
Before
intervention.
We got to the mountain.
We think you have a problem.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. RadioU.
You know who Victoria Beckham is, right?
Yes.
Well, why don't you share?
She was, what was the group?
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls. And then doesn't she do designing and stuff?
She's a designer. I don't know. She was Victoria something else before she was Beckham.
And that's the soccer guy?
Because, she was or still probably is, because she still got the name married to David Beckham, who was a big British soccer guy. And she just did an interview where she shared what her ultimate comfort food is.
I'm afraid to ask what it is.
It is whole grain toast with salt.
That's it?
That's it.
Are we just eating it
just
like
salt.
on the toast?
Yeah, just sprinkle all the salt all over the toast.
Do we put butter or avocado?
Nope, she hates butter.
She hates butter?
Hates butter, hates sauce, hates marinades.
Well, I guess let's check in with Isaiah, our resident hates everything person.
Never had it, hate it.
It's like, Isaiah, what do you think about toast with salt? What do you think about that?
And she says that that is her comfort food, which makes you feel bad, doesn't it? That like in a way it's gross that it sounds gross that you would put salt on whole grain toast. It seems like that would be
no, not if you think about it in this way, because a lot of times we have salted butter, so that's probably
you're right.
It just gives that extra flavor.
Yeah.
Salt brings out and enhances the flavor. It's just normally it sounds depressing if you're trying to enhance toast, because we would put butter or avocado or something on there.
Maybe in the UK too. I know in the U.S. we're notorious for having way different bread than any other country. So maybe in the UK they just have the whole grain toast has something more going on with it.
Maybe.
And then the salt is all you need to bring it out. But it does make you feel bad because that's her comfort food. And as in, that's when she wants to be like naughty. She goes for the salt
just every day.
Yeah, and for us, we're like we dump a pile of salt on the French fries that we deep fry, and then we also have a burger with it, and that's our comfort food.
That's right. She says it's the carbohydrate that makes you feel comforted, and I love salt. So she says she's probably a restaurant's worst nightmare.
Yeah, because she also, like I said, she hates butters, sauces,
oils.
She just wants steamed vegetables with balsamic vinegar, and that's
I don't
like
think
all
we would
she
get
eats.
along. I don't think we could go eat. I think she'd be sad about what we eat.
Some people, when they heard this interview, they're like, are you sure? Do you have an eating disorder? It's not something to make fun of, but could it be qualified as that if that's how restricted? You're just eating toast and steamed vegetables. You're just not eating anything else. Like, why don't you find some joy with some other food that's actually good?
Well, this is what she was saying. Everybody, if you can imagine online, had something to say about it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't mind toast, but I'll have some other stuff on it.
You know what? Posh spice, more like salty spice. Am I right? Or toasty spice.
A good one there.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
That was worth all that we just talked about just to get to that.
Sometimes
punchline.
I'll have like an evening toast with some butter, and I saw every time I do that, I'm just like, what are we doing? We're supposed to be it's bedtime, guys.
And then it's like then you feel guilty because you're putting too much butter on
it.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that Tombstone Pizza is your favorite pizza. Maybe it's that you went to Romeo's to only get a free pizza and nothing else. Maybe it's
wrong with that.
You refuse to pay for appetizers on a date.
Are you saying you think he's a frugal Isaiah?
Yeah, it's just something about Isaiah that makes me think he shops at Dollar Tree. And more specifically, that you were very upset when you saw this story that Dollar Tree will now be raising prices on some items so that everything is no longer $1.
Have you been to a Dollar Tree?
I have. Oh, yes, I've been. Never been.
Well, I just wanted to know. I wasn't sure because I get confused. Like, there's also a Dollar General.
There's like a million of them, but I have
been
to dollar stores.
It is wrong to me that Family Dollar and Dollar General can call themselves. They can have dollar in the name.
But that stuff's usually more expensive.
Yes,
it's
because
not a dollar.
It's not a dollar. And it hasn't been for a long time. But Dollar Tree, so how heartbroken are you about this?
See, I don't like to spend money on things I don't feel like they're worth spending money on. Which anything...
Like a date.
Yeah. Well, no, specifically a first date is what we were talking about. A first date, but I don't like to spend money on things I don't think is like worthy of spending money on it. Like at Dollar Tree, pretty much anything they have in there is not worth more than $1.
What?
Well, are you sure?
Yes, 100%. Have you ever went to Dollar Tree and gotten something nice other than like a bag of candy?
Well,
Come
what
on.
they're saying, though, is so Dollar Tree apologizes, but they say that they have to raise their prices. In some of the stores, so like in some areas, it's more expensive to run the Dollar Tree than in other areas.
Yep.
So they promise that they're going to be fiercely protective of the promise to give great value for what you spend at Dollar Tree. But they say regardless of the price point, could be $1, $1.25, $1.50. They say that the Dollar Tree or the Dollar Trees that sell Dollar Tree Plus items, those stores have seen a huge increase in sales. That's their premium line.
Oh,
so that's $3 and $5, and bringing in those more expensive items has actually helped the stores do better. People are willing to pay a little bit more for those items.
Yeah, I think it hurts me that Dollar Tree is doing this, and it hurts me that Isaiah thinks that you can't get anything of value at Dollar Tree.
I didn't say anything of value, but I said it's not worth more than $1 to me. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, but you said... You heard it, right, Nikki?
What did I say? What did I say?
I'm not going to get involved in this, guys, okay?
He said, I want to save money if I'm getting a good value for my money.
Yes.
Like with Tombstone Pizza.
Exactly.
So at Dollar
Which is
Tree,
like $1.
You don't think you're getting a value, but I disagree. You could get a lot of value for your $1 at Dollar Tree when the prices are $1. Now that they're going up.
Oh, now that they're
not so
problems.
fast, my friend.
So it might not be in every Dollar Tree, they've said, but in some you will see a price increase on some items.
I mean, look at this picture, Isaiah. Look at this toilet bowl cleaner.
Wow. Incredible.
You
want
to spend more than $1 on toilet bowl cleaner that you'll break it out like 12 times a year?
Listen, okay. I also says here, it says with the above $1 price point, the company can offer new products such as more frozen meat or seasonal items. When am I ever going to go to Dollar Tree for seasonal items / frozen meat?
Well, the seasonal items means probably like
Halloween decorations?
Yeah, which
Sure.
you should not.
Okay,
which,
we're not on the same part of TikTok because, guys, it's been very popular on TikTok. You go and you get meat from those places, and you cook it to see like how bad or how good it is, and you go there and you buy all the cheap decorations that you can then DIY.
Yeah, the decorations you can do a lot with, and if you're having a party, you just go. They have the dollar plates, the dollar napkins, the balloons. Come on.
Yeah, you can go to Dollar Tree and buy something that you have to fix, like a little DIY project. You know, that's a great idea.
Well, you need something to do while you're cooking the meat, so it's fine.
Exactly.
You are an enigma wrapped in a mystery to me. You love Tombstone, but you're just gonna hate on Dollar Tree.
It's not that I hate on Dollar Tree. I've been to Dollar Tree and I would go again and I would buy things there. But going into Dollar Tree and it being more than $1, I don't think anything there is worth more than $1.
No, I'm with you.
Not being like a Karen, but the one thing where you go in, you just throw a fit when you're checking out because you're like, no, it's in the name.
$1.90. What?
I can see you being one of those people.
They should call it $1.50 Tree.
Exactly.
Listen, it's good to just say that if you're a part of the riot, you just kind of hate everything, all right?
Apparently.
We hate it.
Yes. And everything is too expensive. We all agree on that.
If you missed out on the next riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
In the UK, they are experiencing an outbreak of toilet rats.
Are they coming out of toilets or going into toilets?
Coming out of the toilet. It's not rats that are toilet trained.
No.
That would be...
Well, no, I have more of a problem if the rats are coming out of the toilet than if they're like just falling in and you can flush them down.
Nope, totally the opposite. They are climbing up into the toilet through the pipe.
How do they hold their breath for so long?
They can hold their breath for up to 3 minutes.
Of toilet water?
It doesn't matter what kind of water. You know, they live in the sewers, you understand.
Yes, that's right.
So the toilet water, once they get up there, that's actually probably a refreshing change for them. They're like, oh, wow, it's so clean in here.
Look, it's volcanic water and it's clear. Is that sparkling? What is that? Oh, that's awful.
So what happened is during the lockdowns, you know, we're still talking about this. During the lockdowns in the UK, there was at businesses and stuff, there was less trash being thrown out.
Yeah.
So the rats had to get a little more aggressive to where they could find their food. So they started climbing up into the toilets at businesses that were left abandoned.
And then coming out and then finding it.
Yeah, and because the businesses were empty for even longer, it meant that the toilets weren't being flushed, which meant that the water in the U-bend could actually evaporate, which means that it would make it even easier for rats to get through.
Great.
Although they could already do it anyways. It says that they can hold their breath for up to 3 minutes and tread water for 3 days.
But if a place is using the toilets more often, then they're just not having the chance.
It's possible that if they started climbing up before they actually reached into the toilet, if somebody's flushing it, then they would get flushed down.
So are you saying before we use the toilets at our house, should we flush first?
Maybe you want to take a look just to be sure. Actually, in this story, they also say that you want to keep your toilet lid down just to be safe. That at least, I mean... if they can climb up through the toilets, I feel like they could push the toilet lid up.
Yeah, but
especially because they're talking about rats as big as cats, possibly.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's where they're exaggerating.
No, they're
saying lying.
They're saying that they have seen rats as big as cats because they're also saying that cats won't help as much because the rats are as big as the cats in some instances, so the cats aren't even going to want to deal with them.
My cat can't do anything anyway, it's that's awful.
So that's not going to help.
I guess I heard like a snake can come up the toilet, but I just thought that wasn't home toilets. Like they would know that that's not right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not what you're supposed to do.
It depends where the snake gets loose from.
Geez, toilet rats.
But here's the one way you could combat it pretty safely, and that is that you get what they call our rat flaps. They're spiked gates that go into your pipe in your toilet.
Oh, and
so
then
that the rat can't climb through. Yeah.
Well,
or maybe it'll meet an unfortunate end. It will get spiked in the toilet.
And it
and then
dies.
your toilet's clogged. What's going on? What's going on here?
It's a dead rat.
And then the rat, it's like somehow it washes up in and it's not even alive. What would be worse? A live rat or a dead rat that had been impaled?
But see, the problem that I have is I'm still very soft-hearted, Hudson, and I hate rats. But
So even
if
the
I
rats you
saw
care
a rat
about?
in the toilet, I would think it was drowning, and I would just have to fight the urge to save it, or like, would I just want to flush it again?
I think you
Flush it
just
back
flush.
down.
If it could swim into your toilet and it's still alive in there, it'll be fine if you flush it down.
It's like it doesn't work.
It'll flush down. It'll find somebody else's toilet to climb into.
Now you have a new saying: if it's a rat, flush it down.
Yeah, that's right. Flush it like that.
Flush it twice. Keep flushing.
One more thing to worry about.
Why pay for so many streaming services that you don't really care about when you can not really care about the Riot for free? Radio U.
The best part of waking up,
Oh,
some Folgers in your cup.
your voice is just beautiful.
Isn't it?
It's just so welcoming.
I'm not sure. That might be the last time I can sing that.
Why?
Because at
Is it-
5 p.m. Eastern today,
Is it getting a copyright?
it's up for auction. So I don't know. I think maybe my own version, my what you could you call it, a cover, my tribute to the Folgers jingle. Hopefully that doesn't fall under this royalties situation where you could buy the royalties of the Folgers Waking Up song, that little jingle that I just sang, and you could buy that so that every time it's used going forward, as long as Folgers keeps using it in their commercials and anywhere else it may be used, you will get paid for that.
You'll get a royalty check?
Yeah. How much would you pay for that?
Well,
For the rest of for your life, or for as long as the song shall live.
Well, it depends. So, like, Hudson's correct. Him just singing that is not a copyright strike on that. It's not a royalties
I can
thing.
sing it as much as I want.
As much as you want, and it's as free as you want. But if they use it in a commercial or an official, like setting,
If for some reason it was on a show, featured in a show for whatever.
Then you would get something. It just depends on what the royalty is. They say that the jingle royalties for the past 12 months paid out $11,747. And since 2011, when Folgers started using the song, has earned
It's only that old?
Yeah, $38,164, with more than half of it coming in the past 2 years. So you're not getting as much as you actually think you are.
Yeah, but so how much would you pay?
Well, they're looking at bidding starting at $63,000. I'm not paying that.
You're not even paying that? Come on. You can own a piece of coffee history, a piece of the one thing about Folgers that is good, the jingle.
So who's selling the jingle? Is it Folgers, or did someone own the jingle in the first place?
I don't know. See, I was looking around on this auction site, and I'm wondering about it because did you realize it's called royaltyexchange.com? And they have either where you can buy all kinds of royalties as far as like TV shows, movies, musician catalogs, stuff like that, where they will either have an exchange where they will just kind of like eBay, where if you pay a high enough price, they'll just give it to you. Or then they have auctions like they're doing for this Folgers thing. They have all kinds of stuff you can pay on there. And so I think it is if the current rights holder maybe wants some upfront money or something instead of just slowly getting paid on it.
Here's the details. It's not the rights owner, as in, like, I would think Folgers owns that. You are buying into the songwriter's share of public performance royalties, and so then you're getting paid a small percentage. Not all the royalties.
Right.
You're getting what the songwriter's share would be. So you're buying that from it.
So does that mean the songwriter is giving up their share?
They're either giving it up or they're just selling
reducing
off part
of it. Yeah. So
and then you get the money up front. So basically, if I had something that I knew, like if you won the lottery and you took the payouts over years.
Right.
And I was like, no, I need the money now.
I want the lump sum. I know it. I know that lump sum.
So you're taking a lump sum in the beginning, and that person will get your royalties, but they have to do it slowly over time.
So maybe the songwriter for Folgers, the Folgers jingle has fallen on hard times.
Maybe that is
so
kind
they
of what
need
that
some
sounds
fast
like.
cash to the tune of at least $63,000. They needed to they had a debt to pay off or something.
So if you're interested, they are auctioning it off. So the bidding starts this week at that, and it's got some bids on it through Royalty Exchange.
It ends 5 p.m. today, Eastern. It's currently up to $78,000.
You get money, it would just take a while.
You could be making $11,000 a year on it.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Worker shortage, the staff shortage. We all know it's hitting restaurants particularly hard, but it's hitting a lot of places and some businesses you might not even think of. Like the circus.
The circus?
The circus is having a hard time.
I thought we canceled the circus a while ago.
I was about to say, is there even, what even is a circus nowadays? Is there circuses still?
It's not, there's not a lot left because they can't have any of the animals, so it's all just clowns. But the problem is, at least in Ireland, they can't even have clowns because there's nobody that wants to be a clown is the problem.
I feel that what was the one remake? Oh, It, right? The clown and the balloon? We're not made to be clowns,
that
guys.
Ruined clowns for us, and every other thing that clowns have ever done has also ruined clowns for us. So, they don't need clowns. There's no such thing as a clown shortage. There's only too much clowns.
This is the right amount.
There only are too many.
And there's no kids who grow up and are like, dang, when I get older, I want to be a clown. That's what you tell your parents. I want to be a clown. Nobody's saying that. When was the last time you've even seen a clown at an event?
Let's think of this a different way. So Isaiah, say you really want to save up and make some major money.
Oh yeah.
So you have to know the market, all right? So you know that there's a shortage. So what if
maybe I'm the only clown.
You took an online class, you got certified, you got whatever, you learned the clownery sort of thing, and you can make so much money because everybody. That's a big statement. Some people
you could make so much money.
You'd have a lot of bargaining power if you were a clown.
I could have my own rates. It says that to be a successful clown, you have to be adaptable and able to think on their feet, as well as able to light up the ring. So
it's kind of like what we do here at RadioU.
It actually matches a DJ spot on.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Every clown has a lot of sadness inside, but yet we can just be happy on
light
the
up the ring, baby.
Yep. It's all the makeup. You put on a happy face and you can do it.
Can't see the frown or the tears.
I was thinking the obvious joke is just we can send them all for politicians.
Good one there, Hudson. Good there.
Good work, Hudson.
He's really bringing his A game.
Yeah. Hey, I can light up a room.
It's a dim. It's a very small nightlight. If you're interested in trying to make money, sometimes you got to be a clown to make money.
Yeah.
Then if you have a chance, you can probably make some good cash there.
It's weird that if you would read the articles going back just a couple of years that are like these, if you're in high school or college and you want to make sure you get a lucrative career, this is what you need to study. And it was tech stuff and mostly that. Yeah. And then they left off of the list suspiciously clowns. That was what you were supposed to go to school for.
You were supposed to go to school for clowns because all the clowns nowadays are so much older. There's a huge age gap, you know, just like they say about the trades. It's just the clowns, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Then, why don't you tell your parents when you go home at Thanksgiving what you've decided to do?
Yeah. So I'm going to college, clown college, but it's not the same thing.
I read an article. It said that this is a hot industry to get into now.
That's right.
I was listening to this one morning show, and they were talking about how there's an opening for a lot of clown spots.
Yeah, so.
And dude, everybody in college, it's basically clown school anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just going to get paid for it.
I was also thinking the less options they have, the lower the bar is. So you don't even have to be a good clown.
No.
You can suck at being a clown, but they just need somebody. And so there you go.
Entertain. You can do whatever act you want. It doesn't have to be juggling or anything. You do whatever you want as long as you're dressed up as a clown. It'll work.
That's how I got hired at RadioU. There's just
so we started
not a lot of applicants. They lowered the bar, and here I am.
Happy to have you. So basically what we started this off with is why would you want to be a clown? But now we're ending it with it's not a bad idea.
You know what? After all, now that we've thought about it, maybe it is a good spot.
I think we could do it.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's a big time for you, Nikki, isn't it?
It is. You didn't know, but yesterday kicked off Fat Bear Week.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's that? Well, then you don't love bears, do you?
Fill everyone in on Fat Bear Week.
So it happens every year. It started yesterday and it goes till October 5th. And it's through explore.com. And you go and you get to vote on, it's like a bracket sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you click on the bear you'd like to vote for. And that bear just then advances forward to go against
the other
bear.
That
not kill is a strong word. It's an online voting thing. It's not real life.
Okay, so what is the winning? What is the favorite bear? What do they win?
I think it's just the honor. So basically, Fat Bear Week shows you, like, you get to vote on which bear you think is the fattest because it'll show you a picture of the bear like in July, and then it shows you now, and you see like how fit and skinny they were.
Yeah.
And now they put on a lot of weight, and they put on a lot of weight really, really fast. So you have to guess who's the fattest.
In the bear world, isn't being fit, maybe being fit is being fat.
No, like that's their summer body. And so now they're at their winter weight.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's healthy for them to be fat, right? So that fat is fit.
Well, I think they're healthy even during the summer, but you have to put on enough.
It's a different kind of health
to get through the winter. And so you get to vote on that.
I was just going to vote for my favorites.
Which one's your favorite?
I don't think it's fair because some of the bears have names and some don't, and I'm really voting based off of the name and how I like the bear's look. And between the name and the look, I like Popeye.
Oh, that's your favorite?
Popeye the bear. But I don't think it's fair because some of them don't have names. So how can I fall in love with Bear 103?
Well, I like 32 Chunk. He's
Chunk
quite
is a good one.
He's quite a looker there. He's gained some weight. Even though his picture, like his current one, makes him look dead, like he's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
But there's 128 Grazer. There's 131. That's a fuzzy bear, man. I like that bear. 132 Spring Cub. There's 151 Walker. He's a big bear too.
Texas Ranger.
He's got a tummy on him. And there's a bunch of other bears. You just get to vote on them for Fat Bear Week.
I like 480 Otis too. Oh, he's gone through quite a transformation. Otis has.
You see how much weight they put on?
He might be, I don't know. He's going to give Popeye a run for his money, I'll tell you.
It's just funny to see like a month passes and how much weight they can put on.
Yeah.
So, and you can't do this with people, so you can judge the bears.
It would be a very different feel if we were having Fat People Week. Yes. And but maybe that would lose some of the stigma.
No, you're not. I don't think you can.
You don't think?
No. So this is Fat Bear Week. You download your bracket, predict which bear you think will be the winner, and then
have
you
an
vote.
Office pool.
You can vote with it, and it goes till October 5th.
Well, this will be fun. This will be fun to go through.
Do we want to, like when you do a normal bracket, there is a prize at the end. If you win, we got to come up with something.
What would be appropriate?
A restaurant gift card.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.